With board concurrence, we take up item D. Next item is item D, and that is receive the planning commission recommendation, consider ordinance 07-54 and 07-55 for zoning map and zoning text amendment for the request of Terry Kiddermaster of Reese Hills Creekside Crossing. And this is the owner of the property generally located north of 90th Street at 62nd Avenue within the Creekside Crossing development. This is for approval of the zoning map amendment to rezone the area to be developed within seven two-unit condominium buildings, and this is to rezone the area to treat I'm sorry, it's a redundant there. R8 UHO two-family residential district with an urban land holding overlaid to the R8 BUD, which is two-family residential district with a planned unit development and a zoning text amendment to create the specific PUD requirements for the second addendum to the Creekside Crossing condominium.
Mr. President, petitioner is requesting approval of a final condominium plat for the second stage of the Creekside Crossing condominium development. The second part of this request this evening is a zoning text and map amendment as well. This stage includes 7 two-unit condominium buildings to be located north of 90th Street at 62nd Avenue within the Creekside Crossing development. The remaining 158 condo buildings will likely be developed, 158 condominium units will likely be developed in stages based upon the market conditions and the demand for the particular units. The Creekside Crossing development, as you can see on the slide, has been a project that we have been working on for a number of years. It involves various stages of single-family, 15 single-family lots and 9 single-family lots in 2 different stages. And then with respect to the condominium, 116 condo units in stage 1, 16 condo units in stage 2, and 172 condo units in stage 3. Again, those subsequent stages could be broken up a little bit more. The estimated population projections at full build-out for this particular entire project is 312 dwelling units or 852 persons. The estimated population projections for the second addendum for the Creekside Crossing development is 14 dwelling units and approximately 38 persons. With respect to open space in this development, approximately 23% of the entire development will remain in open space, and this includes 2 neighborhood parks, 4.6 acres of wetlands, 17.7 acres of 100-year floodplain, 1.9 acres of other open space, and several retention facilities to handle stormwater management throughout the site. With respect to site access, as you know, there are 2 access points into this development from 93rd Street. There is one proposed to Old Green Bay Road at 91st. Stage 1 single family and stage 1 condo both have developed with the 2 access points on 93rd. A third access site after this subsequent addendum will be to extend Creekside Circle around the northern portion of the site, and then 91st will be extended out to Old Green Bay Road for multiple access points. As you can see on the slide, there's an opportunity for additional access, 2 to the east, 1 to the north, and then 1 to the northwest. On April 16, 2007, the board conditionally approved 2 variances for this development. The first was a variance from section 395-60C of the Land Division Ordinance. And this related to allowing temporary dead-end streets that terminate in a cul-de-sac that is greater than 800 feet in length. Again, this is intended to be temporary until Creekside Circle is completed later next year. And then a second variance was from section 395-32J of the Land Division Ordinance, and that was related to deferring the installation of the required public improvements in both Creekside Circle as well as 91st Street. And again, that will be completed as part of this next phase of the development or stage of the development. Creekside Crossing Addition Number 1 includes 9 single-family lots and grading for 7 duplex lots. Basically, all of the public improvements were secured by a previous letter of credit, and all of the public improvements are being installed or have been completed for this particular area of the site. As I mentioned previously, there were some deferrals that were granted, but in 2008, the developers intended to submit the request for final approval to complete the mass grading and the floodplain boundary adjustments for the remainder of the development, to construct the bridge over Jerome Creek at the north side of Creekside Circle, and to complete the required public improvements in Creekside Circle and 91st Street. The total number of remaining condo units to be constructed with these improvements will be determined again by the developer as market conditions demand. The second part of the request this evening is the zoning map and text amendments. The condominium development is being developed as part of a PUD or a planned unit development. PUD ordinance for this stage is for two 7-unit buildings with very specific building materials, colors, and specific setbacks as presented in previous PUDs for this particular project. The buildings are all 2-bedroom ranch-style units with low basements and 2-car attached garages. The units range in size from 1,357 square feet to 1,776 square feet, and that is excluding the basements of these units. The final condominium plat for the second stage of the Creekside Crossing condominium development has been provided to the village, and the Village Plan Commission and the staff recommend approval of both items on the agenda. The first, which is item C, which is actually the condominium plat itself, and then item D, which is ordinance number 07-54 and ordinance number 07-55, and this is for the map and text amendments.
Gene, an interesting discussion took place at the Planning Commission. This dealt with the school-age children coming out of the condominium project. I wonder if you could just highlight that.
We had a pretty lengthy conversation with Pat Finnemore from the school district this past week, and I believe that there has been some misunderstanding as to how we've been communicating the percentages of the total number of children in Pleasant Prairie with these new developments. Basically, how Pat explained it to us was that the .42 per household is based on the new children that are generated, not the total children that are in the village of Pleasant Prairie. And primarily that is based on new single-family home development, not condominium development. He specifically said if you would like to look at a condo development versus a single-family home development, he could put percentages together for us. But we have been overestimating the total number of children because we've been using that number village-wide, and he said you don't get nearly that number of children from any of our condominium developments. So we're going to be meeting with him probably in January and going through all of the specifics with respect to the projections and such. But he felt that we really, if we're trying to get a more accurate account, they do track school-age children that are in the unified school system and where they move throughout the district, but the number and the percentage is really based on brand new children that are coming to the village of Pleasant Prairie, not simply moving around within the district.
Okay. Well, Mike had brought this up, he doesn't have much voice tonight, so I thought
Pat was able to provide us, as he does every October, the percentage of total number of children that reside in Pleasant Prairie, public school-age children. And in Pleasant Prairie, the total number of children that come from Pleasant Prairie is about 15% for the unified school system.
Right, and I think the point was that a lot of these developments, nobody thought there were any children coming out, in fact, because of the makeup of the population and the people living in the condominium project there. So.
And we can actually get that information from Pat. If you'd like to get some type of idea, I don't want to single out specifically where any of the students live, but we can just get total numbers from the new condominium development so that we can get a better handle on how many children are being generated by those new kind of developments.
So for the purposes of this report, then, Gene, then 196 is not an accurate number?
Correct. I just don't have the corrected number from Pat yet, and I can provide that to you.
Okay, I appreciate that effort, thank you.
Thank you, Gene. Steve?
Yeah, one more comment. You know, if you go around and check the amount of kids that get out from the apartments and condominiums related to the residential areas, as I have done in the past, not long ago,